I never meant to get married. Certainly not to an alien princess. On a Thursday afternoon while trying to avoid paying for a parking ticket. But that's exactly how it started. I was walking through the crowded concourse of Central Nexus Station, a place where humans and off-worlders mixed with only mild suspicion and a lot of shouting. I just accidentally bumped into a Tulvari merchant, knocking a crate of glowing fruit onto the ground. Tulvari aren't known for forgiveness. They're known for spitting acid and filing very thorough police reports. Both outcomes were bad for me. The merchant rounded on me, bulbous forehead pulsing red. "Ooh, human. You will compensate me or face formal challenge." People stopped to watch, not because they cared about me but because public arguments were better than half the entertainment feeds. Thinking fast, I blurted, "Wait, you've got it wrong. I'm already bonded." The crowd murmured. A bonding claim meant you belonged to someone, part of a couple recognized under the Interstellar Accord. Couples couldn't be challenged publicly unless both parties were present. It was the only loophole I knew. The merchant hissed, "Prove it. Who is your partner?" My brain launched into panic mode. I scanned the crowd for anyone kind-looking, non-violent, and preferably shorter than me. If I could get someone to play along for 5 seconds, I could walk away and never see them again. And that's when I pointed, blindly, desperately, at a stranger standing near the transit kiosk. "That's her," said. My wife." The crowd shifted. The stranger turned. And my heart stopped. She wasn't human. At least not entirely. Her skin shimmered like starlight. Literally. Soft silver with flashes of blue beneath the surface, as if galaxies moved under her skin. Her hair floated around her shoulders, long and weightless, drifting in a breeze that didn't exist. Most unsettling were her eyes, black irises swirling slowly like miniature nebulae. She walked toward us. Every bystander took a respectful step back. "Wife?" she asked softly, her voice melodic and strangely resonant, as if 2 tones spoke at once. I was not informed of this. Listen, I can explain," I whispered. "Please, just go along with it for a second." She turned her gaze to the angry Tulvari merchant. "Are you challenging my bondmate?" Everything went silent. The Tulvari's forehead pulsed, then dimmed to a nervous shade of yellow. "PR, Princess Silari. You are the bonded." My stomach dropped. "Princess." "Yes," she replied calmly. "Is that a problem?" The merchant bowed so fast his forehead slapped the floor. "Forgive me. I did not know. I retract all challenge." And then he fled. The crowd dispersed instantly. No one wanted to linger near royalty. Silari turned back to me, expression unreadable. "You used my identity to avoid conflict," she said. "Yes, and I'm sorry. Deeply sorry. Very, very sorry." "You pointed at me," she continued, "and spoke a binding declaration." "What kind of declaration?" "In my culture," she said, tilting her head, "publicly pointing and referring to someone as your spouse enacts a temporary legal union lasting until sunset, unless formally extended." My stomach twisted. "Please tell me you're joking." "I do not joke," she said simply. Felt faint. "So we're married. For real." "For the moment," she said. "Come. We must speak privately." Middle a princess with no planet. She led me to the quieter edges of the station, to a diplomatic lounge filled with curved windows and floating furniture that repositioned itself automatically. I sat on a hovering cushion that bobbed uneasily under my weight. Silari regarded me with an expression somewhere between curiosity and mild exasperation. "You are human," she said. "Last I checked, yeah. And yet you declared bonding with a member of the Elendar royal line." He paused. You must be very bold or very foolish. Mostly foolish, I admitted. She studied me for several seconds. You are honest. That is unusual. Look, I didn't mean to get mixed up in your, princely or princessly stuff. I just didn't want to get sued or melted. Her eyes widened slightly, a sign I later learned meant amusement. Tolvari acid is overrated. We really talked for the next few hours. She told me her story. Her home world, Elindra, had been destroyed in a solar cascade 5 years ago. She was one of the last royal survivors, living across various stations as a diplomat in exile, trying to negotiate protection for her people. But even as princess, she said, there are forces who wish to see me powerless. A formal bond, even temporary, offers certain protections. No one can abduct a bonded royal without declaring universal feud. Good, I said nervously. Let's keep that temporary. She gave me a small smile. Perhaps. But you misunderstand. Your declaration was not fully temporary. Froze. Please elaborate. Under Elendar custom, she said calmly, if the second party does not renounce the bond before sunset, the union becomes permanent for 1 standard year. My mouth fell open. Why? To discourage impulsive declarations, she said. I think your ancestors underestimated how impulsive humans can be. The sun sets, she said, in less than 20 minutes. I shot to my feet. I renounce. I absolutely renounce. Silari blinked slowly. You must speak the renunciation in my presence, while touching my forehead. I reached toward her carefully, hand trembling. A sudden explosion rocked the lounge. The windows flickered. The lights dimmed. A squad of armored figures stormed in, weapons crackling. Princess Silari, their leader shouted. By order of the Sovereign Dissolution Council, you will be taken into custody. Silari's eyes hardened. They are bounty enforcers. They target exiled royals. One charged at her. Without thinking, I grabbed a levitating chair and swung it like a baseball bat. It collided with a metallic clang, sending shockwaves up my arms, but the attacker reeled back. Human, Silari said, startled. Why are you protecting me? The bond is nearly expired. Because, I grunted, dodging another strike. I got you into this mess. Silari extended her hand toward a wall panel. With a flash of blue light, the floor beneath our attackers folded open, dropping them into a containment pit. Breathless, I stared at her. You could do that the whole time. I needed a distraction, she said. You provided one. More enforcers approached from the hallway. No time, she said urgently. We must escape. Do you renounce the bond? I looked at her, this luminous displaced princess who had just fought beside me, and felt a strange pull in my chest. Not yet, I said, ending the choice at sunset. We fled through service corridors, alarms blaring around us. We finally emerged onto a terrace overlooking the station's artificial skyline. The simulated sun hovered just above the horizon, minutes from setting. She turned to me, breathing softly. If the sun sets, we will be bound for a full year. You will share my dangers, my obligations, my enemies. I stepped closer. And if I do renounce, you will walk away, she said, free of risk. I hesitated, not because of fear, but because in the chaos of the day, something had changed. I had seen her courage, her loneliness, her dry sense of humor hidden beneath royal composure. The sun dipped lower. Silari's voice softened. Human, you do not owe me this. Maybe not, I said, but I don't like the idea of you facing the galaxy alone. For the first time, Her nebula-like eyes shimmered with genuine emotion. "So you choose to remain bonded?" He nodded. The sun vanished. A faint glow wrapped around our hands, a soft ring of starlight forming between us, sealing the year-long bond. Silari breathed out, relieved. "Then, bondmate, we have much to discuss. My enemies will not rest." I grinned despite myself. "Good. I could use some excitement." He smiled back. "You will have plenty." And as the station lights flickered on, casting silver reflections across her skin, I realized something unbelievable. I had chosen an alien princess as my wife. And somehow, it didn't feel like a mistake at all.